What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hopefully I'm catching you at a good part every day, because guys, we have a lot of stuff to get into in today's video. If you didn't know by now, a huge update was just released a few hours ago on top of the update that we just received a few days ago with the star points and oodles of other content that, in my opinion, went off really well. The majority of the community is really loving the update that was just released. However, they snuck in a little update a few hours ago early this morning, and it's all about the trophy progression system. So what we're going to be doing is going over all the information in its entirety, so you guys are all caught up to speed on what's going on inside of Brawl Stars, as well as taking a look at different perspectives, what the pro players are thinking, as well as what the casual players might be thinking as well. Is this a good change? We're going to get to the bottom of it in today's video. Here we go. Okay guys, so taking you over to this Reddit post here, as you can see, we have trophy balance changes. So it starts off by saying it's now much faster and easier to gain trophies. We felt that it was still too difficult to progress to 500 trophies and beyond. With these changes today, our goal is to improve the trophy progression experience in general and make star points more accessible for us all. So as you can see, the changes, and you guys, I'm going to be leaving a link in the description down below to this entire Reddit page if you guys would like to kind of delve into this a little bit further than what we will be going into in today's video. But I already read it, I know what it's all about, so I'll be spewing off the information to you guys later on in the video. But as you can see, there are big changes. So in the 3v3 game modes, you get +8 trophies throughout your grind all the way to 799 trophies, which is a huge change. Just to give you guys a little bit of perspective here, when you're at 750 trophies, for example, and you got a win, you would gain 3 trophies. So that's quite the change. And then moving on to Solo Showdown, as you can see, it goes up by 10 trophies every single first place that you get in the game mode, all the way until 799 trophies. So beforehand, what was it, 5? And same goes for Duo Showdown. As you can see, you get 9 trophies if you take first place, all the way through 799 total trophies, which is also a very big change to that game mode as well. So you may be asking, what sparked this change to come to Brawl Stars? So a lot of it has to deal with the star points that was just recently added inside of the game. If you guys didn't know, the token points, or the tokens that you get at the end of each season after the season reset, were taken out of the game, and you get star points instead. So a lot of people were a little bit fired up about that change, because a lot of people push at the end of each season looking forward to maybe those 3 or 4 brawl boxes that you get in tokens at the end of the season. And I'm sure if you guys have been browsing Twitter as of recently, you've seen a lot of people posting how many star points they got after this last season reset. And some of them were like 3 star points, 4 star points, 5 star points, especially if you're the player who just gets your brawls to like 500 trophies and maybe a tiny bit above. And that is very daunting when it comes to what we have in the star shop as of right now. And that is skins upwards of 50,000 star points. And that is just totally unattainable if you're that kind of caliber of player just going for 500 trophy brawlers. And with this, it's going to be much easier to get past that 500 trophy threshold in order to get more star points at the end of each season. As you can see from the statement that the Brawl Stars dev team released with this update, towards the end of the very first paragraph, they state, "This change should encourage playing Brawlers even after reaching rank 20, and therefore will reward you with more star points." Now, I totally get this viewpoint. I feel like inside of Brawl Stars, once you reach rank 20, especially if you're that type of player where getting to that milestone the very first time can be very daunting, and once you get it, it's very rewarding at the same time. And once you get to that point, you're no longer considered like a casual player. You're starting to get to that population in the game where not too many people can obtain that 500 on every single one of the brawlers. However, it introduces a wall. Once you get them all 500, you feel unencouraged to push those brawlers past 500, because you don't want to tilt back down below that significant milestone that you've been reaching for. So a really good way to picture this is that wall that is sitting at 500 trophies on all your brawlers has basically just been pushed back to 700 or 800. So you have that 300 trophy gap in order to get star points within there that should be pretty comfortable for you guys to obtain. So next, moving on to the middle of the second paragraph, they state, "We intend to improve our star point system over time and make it more valuable for you. For example, by including non-cosmetic items like big brawl boxes to the star shop within the next update." So with releasing non-cosmetic things inside of the star shop, that is, i.e. progression-based items, so brawl boxes, big brawl boxes, mega brawl boxes, things along those lines, it's not going to feel as bad that they took away tokens from the season reset cost, because you're going to be able to get star points much easier and then spend them on those less expensive items than those hugely expensive skins like the 50,000 star point skins in the shop that we have now. So the question is this good for Brawl Stars? Before we carry on this discussion throughout the video today, it's incredibly important to keep in mind that change inevitably is going to be difficult, no matter what facet you look at it. If it's your real life, if it's a video game such as Brawl Stars, it's going to be uncomfortable. Human beings find change uncomfortable. It's just the way that it works, especially if you devote a lot of time into learning that specific thing before it ends up changing. I mean, for example, being totally transparent with all of you guys, when I first saw this change being implemented this morning, I was a little bit apprehensive about it. My first initial instinct was a negative one, the very first second that I opened up the post. Coming from a player that's been up to like 15,000 trophies, and that kind of revolves his content around kind of the higher end of the trophy pushing and the player base inside of Brawl Stars, where trophies and trophy pushing and the progression system is all very important to us. Now, I still have some of those apprehensive feelings about this change, and if you do as well, that is completely fine. Like I said before, change is going to be difficult no matter what, but I urge you to try to take a look at it from the viewpoint of each side of the player base, right? So the casual player, the 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 trophy player that is playing the game for fun, as well as the pro player that pushes their trophies for their own reasons, past 500 on each of their brawlers. The perspective of the old players, and I feel somewhat attached to this viewpoint as well, is that all the time and dedication that they put into pushing up their trophies to the milestone that they currently have on their profile would be kind of for naught, because it's going to be a lot easier to get to that milestone. A perfect example is OG inside the game. He has the world record for the highest trophies pushed inside of Brawl Stars. That is, I believe, 22,000 total trophies, which is insane. It's a feat that is absolutely crazy. Now, in order to obtain that record, he definitely put in a lot of time, and if someone can get to that 22,000 after this change much easier, it kind of makes it a little less valuable. Now, as for the viewpoint of the casual players, they took away tokens on this last update, which is a very important source of progression for a lot of players in the game, especially if you're free to play. Getting those 3 or 4 brawl boxes at the end of every 2 weeks, plus grinding out all your game modes in order to get every single piece of progression that the game offers to you. So taking away that, it's a form of progression, so it slows things down for them a little bit, especially if at the end of each season reset, the only form of thing that you can get from that is star points. A large majority of people can't reap the benefits of things in the star shop. So skins that are in there are totally out of reach for a lot of players, and if they implement brawl boxes and mega brawl boxes and big brawl boxes, that's going to also be out of reach for most players playing the game. So this could be a really great change for a lot of the casual players playing this game. So what does this mean moving forward? Well, we have to rewrite a definition for what is impressive inside of Brawl Stars, whereas before, 17,000 trophies, 18,000 trophies, 19 and above is something that you would be, wow, that is a very skilled player. They tried very, very hard in order to obtain that trophy record. Whereas it's going to be a little bit different moving forward. We have to find what that next milestone is going to be, what's going to be impressive moving forward, as well as we're kind of starting fresh with a little bit of a clean slate, where records that you once tried to obtain are going to be less powerful, like OG's 22k or my 15k that I tried so hard to get. Next season, after the season reset, we're going to be seeing quite big numbers on people's total trophies on their profile, as well as we just got to get used to seeing higher trophy brawlers. 1,000 trophy Mortis or something like that is not going to be as crazy as it once was, or like for example YDE or Skyrex getting 1,500 on Spike and Leon is going to be something that is going to be obtainable much easier now moving forward. But I feel like if we give it like 2 or 3-ish seasons, we all will kind of recalibrate and understand what's impressive inside the game moving forward. Yes, it is unfortunate that a lot of players, the milestones that they achieved, but guys, the dev team introduces changes in the game for a reason. Same goes for changes such as landscape to portrait. A lot of people are going to be on the fence for things like that. Definitely, this is a little bit of a downscale compared to that. Man, the community was just in outrage about that one. But if you take a look at it, after we took some time after that change, the game is fantastic. Portrait, in my mind, is inferior to landscape, and I feel like it was a fantastic change that the Brawl Stars dev team had. So like I said before, change, we just gotta give it time. We gotta get used to all the different things that come with it. So yeah, guys, that's basically what's going down in the Brawl Stars community as of recently, and I would truly appreciate your input. Guys, I read a lot of comments here on my channel, and if there was ever a video to comment on, it would be this one. I want to hear it from a lot of different perspectives. I want to hear it from someone who's at 3,000 trophies. I want to hear it from someone who's at 10,000 trophies, 13,000, that has all their brawlers at 500, and the pro players. I want to hear it from everyone. I think it's very important to hear it from multiple different viewpoints and things along those lines. When approaching this discussion today, I try to look at it from a very wide lens, right? Even though I feel like I'm somewhat a part of a little bit higher up in the community, not necessarily incredibly pro like some of the players that we mentioned in today's video, but I see where they're coming from because I involve myself in that community a lot with the videos that I make. So getting your guys' perspective towards the end, maybe like more casual players and have just picked up the game, they're having fun playing the game, they're liking Brawl Stars for the game that it is. I would love to hear your input as well. But yeah, guys, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to slap a like on. I really appreciate that. Also consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Being a part of the Ray fam, I would also truly appreciate that. So guys, with that being said, make sure to keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Oh yeah, be on the lookout for me getting to 20K here shortly.